What's going on, investors? Welcome back to the channel. So I set a poll on Twitter about 2 days ago, and the result is in. Okay, my question was, what is your BNGO average? And 64.2% of the participants said over 2.5 US dollars. Meanwhile, we have 18.3% saying they have their average below 1.5 US dollars, and then 17.5% says 1.5 to 2.5 US dollars. So in general, most of Bionano Genomics, investors, retail investors, or some, I don't think I have any institutional investor on my Twitter. Okay, I think most of my followers are retail investors like me, and so 64. Let's just say about 80% of BNGO retail investors have their average, okay, above 2 US dollars. Because if you take a look at the poll, you can easily tell it is above 2 US dollars. Okay, because right here we have from 1.5 US dollars to 2.5 US dollars. So let me know in the comment section what your Bionano Genomics average is, and what you plan to do with it. Because I also shared a new poll today, okay, asking my followers what their this right here, what they plan to do with Bionano Genomics. Because today the day's range was around 1.03 to 1.08, and we are approaching 1 US dollars. Okay, and so what I asked them is, what do we do now? And some of them, most of them, 40% says hold, and about the second position, 32.5% says they sold and they are out. Okay, and then we have 27.5% saying buy more. So in general, I think most people are holding and they are hoping to buy more. And I think some of these investors that also said they are out of their position, closing, they have closed everything, perhaps they are still waiting for maybe a cheaper price, maybe half of where we are currently. So that's that about that. Let me know what you guys are doing in the comment section. What do you plan to do with your BNGO investment? Are you holding? Are you are you out? And what do you plan to do? Do you want to buy more? Let me know in the comment section. So this, we have about 40 votes in. All right, guys. So this one is for my patrons, because sometimes I make videos, but not all the time. So I just want to cover this section for my patrons, because they are also watching this video. So my Baba, I shared a buy signal with them, Alibaba, and you guys can see right here, it used to be around 83 US dollars when I shared that breakout. Okay, and this is the result. And right here you can see the first position. My first price target was 95 US dollars, the second one was 100 US dollars, and then the third one is 105 US dollars. I shared it on the 23rd of March. Okay, and last week Friday we got to that 105 US dollars. So 3 of my targets got hit. So this one is for my patrons. Congratulations to everybody that bought this signal. And yeah, so now I want to talk about Pacific Biosciences of California before we end this video on Bionano Genomics, because there is some interesting things to talk about Pacific Biosciences of California. I believe some of you guys, maybe 25 to 30% of you guys, are invested in PacBio right now, and PacBio has been performing very, very well lately compared to other stocks like Bionano Genomics. So one thing I spotted was, when I was looking at PacBio institutional ownership, I saw this pattern right here. You guys can see that institutional ownership of PacBio has literally been increasing compared to Bionano Genomics that has literally it's stable since I think this is somewhere towards the end of 2021. Okay, maybe October, November, December. Since then institutional investors are, it's getting to like 18%, 18.5%, and then back down. So you guys can see the consolidation happening right here. So it's either institutional investors are going to dump some part of their BNGO and then buy again, or we are going to see them holding and then a breakout. Okay, but from what I can tell you guys from this pattern is that I think right now, if you take a look at this, you can see that this is literally like every 3 months they are buying, they are selling, they are buying. Right here you can see they bought, then they sold for 3 months, and then they are buying for another 3 months, they sold for another 3 months. So right now it looks like, you know, for the next 2 to 3 months they are going to be buying. If this is April, okay, you should expect them to buy in April, May and June. So let's see what's gonna happen. I mean, if the price goes further down, I think they are going to be buying, or if the price, you know, stays where it is, I think they are also going to, according to this, okay, you don't need to take this super serious. It's just something that, you know, I kind of noticed. And for PacBio, you guys can see that it's literally more or less like a, you know, parabolic, you know, rally happening, okay, like the beginning of a parabolic rally or something like that. So now there is 2 news that I want to talk about with PacBio, then we can move on to Bionano Genomics. Okay, this right here on the 30th of March, you know, we saw PacBio new review workflows to boost agricultural output. Okay, this one is the title of the this one is from Zacks.com. Pacific Bioscience of California, or PacBio, collaborated with global agriculture firm Corteva AgriScience and to develop innovative workflows that enable high throughput sequencing of plant and microbial genomes. So one of the reasons why PacBio has been rallying massively is because of that. And if you go down a little bit, the workflows along with the new long read sequencing review system, that is the new system from PacBio. That's why PacBio has been rallying. They have a new device, just like Bionano Genomics is, you know, developing their, you know, next generation Sapphire device. PacBio is already done with theirs and they have started to ship it out. Okay, so we'll drive the implementation of seed product development tools like CRISPR-Cas, gene editing and cutting-edge crop protection solution. So if you go further down, and this is the industrial prospect, okay. Per a report by DataBridge, the global genome sequencing market is projected to reach $55.7 billion in 2030 from 16.7 billion in 2022 at a CAGR of 16.2%. Factors like increasing cancer occurrence and the growing applications of next generation sequencing in cancer research are expected to drive the market. Okay, so going further down, recent developments, you know, we can see this paraphase right here. Earlier this month, PacBio introduced a new informatics tool known as paraphase for variant calling, copy number and copy number analysis and phasing, and it does so identifying the full sequence of each of the haplotypes for all genes and pseudogenes of the same gene family. Now if you go further down, in March, PacBio started commercial shipment of Revio long read sequencing system. It is designed to deliver higher throughput on a lower cost, offering exceptional accuracy and direct methylation detection. And from what I've been hearing so far, okay, clinicians, researchers, you know, they love this new machine from PacBio. Okay, that is of course why I am sharing this news with you guys, and I think it's going to drive the sales of PacBio. Okay, now the company expects to ship at least 25 Revio systems and plans to scale up going forward. It had received orders of 76 systems during the 4th quarter of 2022. Okay, we saw a breaking news from PacBio in January that, you know, they have received 76 orders. Okay, and I think right now it should be more than that by now. So last month the company announced robust increase in its consumables revenues during the same quarter, and I find this very bullish, okay, because, you know, consumable is very important. You know, if it's just like ink, if you are selling printer and nobody's using the ink, it means your printer is literally, you know, sitting somewhere, you know, not being used. So from this right here, you can see that PacBio system is being used, okay, because they just said they have, you know, they announced robust increase in consumables usage. So if you go further down, I think that is that on that about that page. Now I want to talk about PacBio's rating, okay, because last week, you know, on the 31st of March, I think that's last week, Friday, TD Cowen upgraded PacBio from market perform to outperform, and they increased their price target from $13 to $15. leaving an upside of about 53.69%, okay, from where it's closed on Friday. So you have all these guys right here, rating PacBio, and TD Cohen is not rating, Bionano Genomics. Piper Sandler is also not. Most of all these guys are not even, apart from Scotia Bank. Okay, we saw Song Jin Nam, okay, that used to work at BTIG. She's now working at Scotia Bank. Now she has initiated the coverage of PacBio. Maybe this is Song Jin Nam also, covering PacBio. I can't really see the information right here. Okay, it is locked. You have to be paid before you can see such information. But you guys can see how many, of these guys, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, they are all covering PacBio. Okay, or they covered in previously. So this one is 2023. We have like 1 2 3 4 5 analysts right here: Scotia Bank, Cantor Fitzgerald, UBS Group, Piper Sandler, and TD Cohen. Okay, they have rated PacBio, and you can see the minimum is $11. Okay, from 11 to 10. This one is a lower target, and then we have the highest at $15 that came in last week Friday. So yeah. Now, so this is the news about TD Cohen. TD Cohen upgrades Pacific Bioscience of California, and if you go further down, you can see, how many institutional investors, such as, ARK Invest, management, they hold about 25,692 PacBio shares, about 10.36% ownership of the company. Then we have Madron Advisors with 16,000 shares, Jackson Square Partner with 15,000, and so on and so forth. So that's that about PacBio. Now, before we continue, I want to touch on Sophia Genetics a little bit. This is a stock that I shared with you guys last month. Okay, this used to trade around $2.5 when I shared it last month, and right now it is trading around $5. Okay, up massively since I shared it with you guys. Meanwhile, today, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because today, Sophia Genetics market cap is now officially above the market cap of Bionano Genomics. Okay, because BNGO used to be way above. This used to be about $170 million market cap. Right now it is above $300 million. So that is that about Sophia Genetics. And then if you come down here, you can see when I shared that tweet, okay, that was back in okay, this one is from April 4th, but you can see right here when I shared it, it used to trade around $2.65 when I first shared Sophia Genetics. The market cap was $170 million, and I shared all this little bit about their financial and about the company. So yeah, congratulations to everybody that is taking the trade. If you take a look at Sophia Genetics, you can see they are now up. Today they are up about 6%. I shared it somewhere around here before that massive rally, okay, around $2.5, and since then, okay, it's got as high as $5.5, and then a little bit correction, and right now it seems to be heading back to that all-time high. Now if you go to the marks, you guys can see right here, this stock, okay, used to trade somewhere around $20 in 2021. It sold off heavily, but right now this seems to be somehow putting their things together. Look at that, August 2022, $4.8. So that is where they are presently retesting. So if they successfully break this $5 level, you can expect the stock to run as high as $8, $10. Okay, so congrats to everybody that took the trade about a month ago. You guys can see the profit, and I think you guys are banking now. To talk about Bionano Genomics, okay, the share price of Bngo is down today about 5.5%, presently about 5%. If you take a look at the volume is around 4.4 million shares, and the average is 6.2, so it's dropping. So now let's take a look at, there is no news about Bngo except if I just want to bring out something and create some kind of news. No news about Bionano Genomics. In my previous video, I spoke about dilution, about if Nasdaq is going to delist Bionano Genomics if the share price of Bngo stays below $1 for 30 consecutive business days. They are going to receive a letter from Nasdaq, and Nasdaq is going to give them like 180 days, okay, for the share price to get above $1 and close above $1. So now I made a video about that. I shared with you guys, in full detail. So if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. So this right here is the technical, the chart of the price action of Bionano Genomics that I've been sharing with you guys for some months now. Okay, you can see that we just broke the support, and if you come back, okay, to when I started to make video about Bionano Genomics, you can see that support, okay, if we break $1, you can already tell. So right now we are trading around $1.03, somewhere around here. If we break $1, you guys should expect a possibility of us coming as low as 50 cents once again. Okay, if you take a look at this, you can see how we broke out of that 50-cent area back in 2020. Somewhere around here is when I discovered Bionano Genomics, around 55 cents, and then bam, since then it was going crazy all the way up to 15.69 God. So if we break that support, you guys can see that the share price is it's broke $1.05 today, and it seems we are going to be closing below that level today. Okay, and this right here is some kind of consolidation, and we are breaking out of it. If you break out of consolidation, you should expect the price to continue on that trajectory. So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we are going to see some kind of news that is going to help the share price to rise, but that is what we are seeing so far. We still need to break this trend line right here. If we don't get above this trend line, like I have been sharing for some time now, I think the price is just going to keep going in this trajectory. So yeah, that is that. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section, and let me know what you guys are doing, buying more, holding, or are you out? I remain your boy Dayo. This is Frunkla. Ciao ciao.